You're about to discover something that no one else was ever meant to hear. Something sacred. Something hidden away. But before everything transforms, I want you to pause and ask yourself, why do you feel this so deeply right now? Why did your heart almost stop when this message reached you? Why did it feel like it was speaking only to you? Because it truly is. Your $50 super thanks contribution is a powerful way to spread God's love and light to even more hearts. By joining this mission, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming a vessel for blessings. Expect God's grace to flow back to you in amazing ways. Archangel Michael shares this: the person you ache for, the soul you cherish, the one who left this life too soon, they are trying to reach you this very moment. And if you dismiss this now, if you silence what's unfolding, they may never have another chance to speak. Type victory if you believe breakthrough is coming. I understand what you're thinking, that maybe this is simply another message. But this is the message. Heaven has waited patiently to bring it to you. The winds have shifted. Time has made space. And finally, you are here. You didn't find this by accident. Your spirit was called into this exact moment. The angels are watching, holding their breath. Michael says tenderly, "My beloved, this is your final alert. If you close your heart to this, you will never know what they were longing to share with you. Please see, don't look away. Something is slipping out of reach. The one who has passed pleaded with heaven to prevent you from making a choice that could change everything. Even now, something is happening beyond your awareness, something you cannot yet see. And if you refuse to listen, you'll only realize it when it's far too late. This is not random. They've been trying to make contact for days or for nights. When you couldn't sleep, that whisper wasn't just a dream. It wasn't your imagination. It was them calling, crying, hoping you would see this moment. Michael says, they were taken so early, and what scared them most wasn't dying, it was leaving without saying what mattered. Just before they passed, their thoughts were on you. Now they've sent a sign. This message is that sign. They are crying out from beyond, pleading that you see this before it vanishes. Join our membership and take your spiritual journey to the next level. As a member, you'll get exclusive access to powerful messages, early releases, and deeper insights into God's Word. Don't miss out. Become a member today and experience God's blessings in a whole new way. Do you want to know what they glimpsed before their last breath? They saw you. And now you stand in a sacred space where time bends and truth can finally be spoken aloud. That's why you've felt unsettled lately. That's why you can't stop thinking of someone who has gone. That's why the clocks repeat the same numbers. The universe has been guiding you here to this single revelation. Comment "Thank you, Jesus" if you feel grateful for His love. Michael urges, they've waited long enough. Please don't make them wait any longer. You weren't meant to know this truth until this moment. That's why it feels like a weight pressing against your heart. That's why your eyes are filling without knowing why. Because your soul remembers. They tried to visit in dreams. They sent you signs. But your pain blocked the message. Until now. Today the door is open. Michael says gently, if you stay, you will hear what they were literally desperate to tell you. If you walk away, the message will fade forever. Their final words are held inside this. Your name, your energy, your destiny etched into this moment by something holy. And your sorrow is not only sadness. It's a signal. A way for heaven to knock at your door. Michael says, they remain with you. They never left. But they need you to uncover what was concealed. If you read these words with your heart, you will begin to feel their presence. Right now, they are beside you while watching, whispering, praying that you don't dismiss this moment. Because if you turn away, their message will be carried off with the wind. Michael shares, they've been trying to shield you from what comes next. But if you ignore this, you'll step into the future blind. There's something about your family they want you to know, is something about to collapse if you don't act. Someone has been keeping secrets. And your loved one saw it before they passed. They tried to say it with their final breath, but no one listened. So they waited, until God granted this chance to speak through this very moment. You are the only one chosen to hear this because only you have the power to stop what's coming. Michael reminds you, this is sacred. This is sealed. It is just for you. Open your heart. Read every word. Heaven is watching. And the soul you miss is finally ready to tell you everything. If you feel chills, it isn't fear. It's your soul memory awakening. If you feel warmth in your chest, that's not anxiety. It's the divine breaking through your armor. They forgave you even if you thought they left in anger. They didn't. They departed whispering your name with love, tears, and hope. And that hope is right here, right now. You can sense how you were meant to find this. That all the noise and struggle were leading you to this revelation. Michael says, this person loved you more than they ever dared to say. Now, they want to offer you a final miracle. But you must stay. You must listen. There is something about your future, a decision you will soon make. If you ignore this, you will choose with only half the truth. Michael warns, you will weep for years if you turn away now, because this is the last time they will speak to you. This is their light, sent to cut through your darkness. And the next words are their truth. You stayed. Your soul is listening. They know you are ready. Michael says the message begins now and it will shake you, but it will also save you. They never left you, not even on the day you thought you were alone. Even when the world went silent and grief consumed you. Even when you whispered, "Where are you?" They were right behind you, hand on your shoulder, begging heaven for this chance to speak. Now heaven has said yes, but only once. Michael and God have opened this window in time to let this message through. That's why you want to cry. It's not sorrow, it's recognition. Your soul knows what's coming. The one you're thinking of? Yes, them. The photo you keep. The name you never deleted. They are here. And they say, please don't let them lie to you anymore. Michael says something was hidden from you after they died. And if you don't open your eyes now, someone will take what rightfully belongs to you. Someone in the shadows wants to erase your name from blessings meant only for you. The message is clear, there is property. There is wealth. There is a name recorded. But it's being concealed. They are trying to shift it before you find out. They want you distracted and silent. Your loved one has had enough. Michael says they begged to bring you this truth because they saw the betrayal that was coming. They saw the false smiles, the knives hidden behind backs. They saw you giving your trust to the wrong person. Opening your heart to someone who only intended to take. But here is the miracle: you don't have to walk into that trap. Not this time. This message is your lifeline, your lighthouse in the storm. Michael reassures you, you were never crazy. You were right to feel uneasy. Your instincts were divine. Heaven is confirming what your soul has known all along. But this isn't only about what was stolen. It's about what's still waiting for you. A miracle has been delayed because someone has been blocking it. But your loved one asked Michael to give you one final chance to see the whole picture. If you don't take in this message fully, if you scroll past, the miracle will be reassigned to someone else. That is how important this is. Michael says, you weren't supposed to find this until you were ready to change your destiny. Now you are. You are strong enough to see the truth. Strong enough to remember what you heard in your dreams. Strong enough to declare, I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know who tried to steal Ita and who is still fighting for me from the other side. Because right now, they are fighting for you. Fighting to deliver this message. Fighting to protect you from choices that could damage the next 7 years of your life. Michael insists, you must open your eyes, or the doorway will close. You have 24 hours, or perhaps even less. After that, this energy will move on. This opportunity will pass. And what could have been yours will be delayed again until you choose to listen. But they don't want that for you. They want you to receive, to know, to believe that they are still with you, holding you, whispering your name as a prayer. Do you know what they saw before they crossed over? They saw your future. They saw you standing up again. They saw you smiling. They saw your prayers answered. But they also witnessed a shadow of betrayal waiting in the wings. And they vowed they wouldn't leave this world without warning you. This message is that warning. You still have time. Michael says, you have not ruined everything. You haven't missed your chance. But you are standing in front of the last threshold. And the doorway is closing fast. Will you walk through it? Or will you pretend none of this is real? Because the one who died is pleading, if you love me, please don't turn away now. Michael says their energy is glowing in the space around you, awaiting to be acknowledged, hoping you'll linger just a moment longer. Because what comes next is their greatest secret. You stayed. Michael breathes with relief. The angels are still holding the gates open. And the soul who has waited so long? They just smiled. Because they know you are ready. This part is the most vital. They want to tell you about the night they left this world. Michael shares, they never spoke the words in their heart before they departed. But now, through you, they finally can. That night, they were not afraid of the end. They were afraid of leaving without saying goodbye. In those last moments, they thought about you, your laughter, your face, your future. They weren't afraid of the light. They feared you might think they gave up on you. But they never did, not even for a second. As their spirit crossed over, they reached for you. In their last breath, they asked the angels, will they ever know I still love them? And Michael replied, not yet, but one day, yes. That day is here. This is the moment they waited for, the chance to say everything unsaid. They want you to know how proud they are. That they never stopped watching, even when you believed you were alone. That you became stronger than they ever dared to hope. But there's something else, a truth about your family. a secret hidden behind warm words. Something they overheard or witnessed but were too scared to confront before they died. Now, at last, they can reveal it. Michael says, there is someone you trust who has not been truthful. They wear a friendly face, but their intentions are dark. They have quietly redirected your path, and not with anger, but with cunning. They don't want you to succeed, because your success would uncover their deception. Your loved one saw every betrayal, every friendship that fell apart, every delay that made no sense. All of it leads back to this person. If you do not release them, you will carry their burden into the next season of your life. Michael says, the next 6 weeks are sacred. They will shape your next 6 years. But only if you walk away from the ones who drain your spirit. Your departed loved one is begging, please don't keep giving yourself to the one who doubted you. I heard what they said when you weren't there. I saw the lies they spread. I watched the moment they decided to betray you. And I couldn't stop it until now. That is why this message reached you at this very moment. To warn you. To prepare you. To give you the advantage before it's too late. Because a new season is arriving. A shift. A golden opportunity. Something you have prayed for is drawing closer. But if your heart is still entangled with the wrong person, the blessing won't pass through. Michael is clear, God does not bless what is draining you. This is your test. And your loved one says, I am still here to guide you, but you must take the first step. Leave the door of your heart open long enough for this truth to settle. You may be wondering, what do I do next? Michael answers. 1. Tell no one about this message. Not everyone is prepared for this truth. 2. Write down their name. The first name that came into your thoughts when you read these words. That is not coincidence, that is your intuition speaking. 3. Watch for the number 7. 7 will appear as a sign that the angels are confirming every word. When you see it, know they are guiding you. 4. Stay until the end. Because what comes next will unlock the miracle waiting for you. Heaven was never punishing you. The delays were protection. They were waiting for this single moment, this breath, to be certain you were ready to receive what they carried beyond the veil. Now it is yours if you accept it. Michael says the veil is thinning. The light is fading. Your loved one is being called back into stillness. And these words are their final message. I am still with you. And every step, every song, every tear. I am not gone. I've only changed form. I am the breeze against your skin. The quiet in your heart. The strength that arrives when you feel you have none. I need you to live now. To shine. To stop waiting and start choosing. You are the miracle. Michael rests his hand on your shoulder and whispers, it is done. But only if you believe. Heaven is watching. Your name pulses in a divine frequency that echoes through realms untouched by time. Where pain can never follow. Where love is unending. Michael stands, his sword lowered not in battle, but in blessing. Because the war you have been fighting has ended. The heaviness you carried is dissolving quietly, softly, by grace. You don't have to force anything. Simply allow. Allow the love. Allow the help. Allow your restoration. Because from this moment on, everything changes. Your loved Onia, the one you ache for, is still here. Not as a memory. Not as a ghost. But as a presence that refused to die. Their spirit is so close you could breathe it in if you dared. And maybe, just now, you did. That shiver across your arms? That thump in your chest? That profound calm? That's them. They are watching you realize it's relative that all of this was perfectly arranged by heaven's own hand. Every delay you faced was divine protection. Every door that closed was never meant for you. The relationship that shattered your heart was actually making room for your destiny to unfold. You did not fail. You outgrew what could never contain your greatness. Now you are becoming a threat to the darkness because light is alive inside you again. Hope has returned to you. And faith is steady, real, unshakably is glowing within you. Even if it feels like just a flicker, remember, heaven doesn't need a wildfire to move mountains. It only needs a single spark. Michael says, the next 14 days will shape your next 14 months. You will encounter something divine, a reversal, a release, an opening you didn't expect. Something you nearly surrendered will find its way back to you. And this time, you'll be ready. But it comes with a test. You'll feel tempted to go backward, back to old habits, back to the version of yourself that begged for acceptance. Back to the fear that kept you small. Don't. You are not who you were. You are not that past version who needed validation. You are now the one who is sent it to disrupt old patterns, to carry light, to create peace. Walk like it. Speak like it. Believe like it. You are becoming living proof that God never forgets His promises. Your loved one has seen the road ahead and it is breathtaking. It's more than just recovery. It is glory. It is more than survival. It is overflow. They are not merely proud. They are in awe of how you've made it this far with half the help and double the pain. They want you to remember, the hardest part is already behind you. Now it's time to receive. And they will not let you miss this chance. Soon, you will notice a sudden calm in the middle of chaos. Faces or names from the past reappearing with clarity. The same songs, numbers, or dreams repeating again and again. Doors opening that felt locked for years. A small voice inside saying, something is coming. Believe it. That is not coincidence. That is your timeline shifting. Michael says, you have passed every hidden test. The ones no one else saw. The moments you chose love when you were breaking. The times you stayed silent instead of defending yourself. The days you gave compassion with no conditions. Heaven witnessed all of it. And now you are owed. Not only spiritually but here, in this life, in this body, in this timeline. This is your inheritance. No fear, no betrayal, no mistake can take it from you. From this point on, speak these words aloud. I am in divine alignment. What is meant for me is on its way. I receive it now with ease and peace. As you say them, your loved ones smile less because you finally heard them. Not just Thema but yourself. Your own soul. Your knowing. In their final whisper for tonight, they say, don't you dare give up. We didn't carry you this far so you would stop here. Keep going. The best part is about to begin. And so the message ends but the miracle begins. Let's close this sacred moment the way heaven intended, soft, strong, unforgettable. The quiet after these words isn't empty. It's filled with presence, with peace, with every word they never dared to say in life, now resting gently inside you. Michael says, "You've heard everything you needed to hear. Now comes the choice that will shape your life. There are no more warnings. No more signs. No more messages after this. Heaven has given you the whole truth. The person you loved has shared everything. And they are watching you now with that silent love that only the other side can hold. If you feel heavy, or a little strange, yeah, that's how it feels when something holy touches something human. That's how it feels when a miracle is unfolding and your spirit knows it's real. So breathe. Close your eyes. Let your body catch up to what your soul already knows. They were never gone. They only moved to a place where love has no distance, where time doesn't exist, where your voice still reaches them at 3 a.m. when you whisper. You can speak to them now. Tonight. Tomorrow. Forever. Because the connection has been restored. Michael says, this was not a story. It was a doorway and you stepped through it. From this moment, you will begin to see changes. A name you haven't heard in years will reappear. The number 7 will show itself repeatedly. Strangers will say words that echo memories. Dreams will grow clearer. Your tears will dry faster. The voice inside you will grow steady, calm, certain. That's them. That's your miracle unfolding silently, divinely, perfectly. But only for the ones who believed. Only for the hearts that stayed to the very end. Michael smiles one last time, not because his mission is done, but because you allowed yourself to receive. Now heaven can unlock the door it's been guarding in stillness. As this message fades, its energy remains and it leaves you with a final whisper. Everything you thought you'd lost is coming back a bit better. The pain you carried is becoming your strength. The one you loved has never left you. And now you are free. Walk forward, child of light. Your destiny has been reset. And you will never again be alone. This message was the miracle. You have just lived it. Because the most important words are still waiting to be spoken. Your loved one is kneeling now, and not in grief, but in reverence. They are bowing before God, holding your name like a sacred offering. With tears of love, they are asking and not demanding, not pleading but asking with all their heart. That heaven grant you peace. That heaven remember every good thing you did, every act of kindness you offered, even when you were running on empty. They are showing God your scars and saying, see? Look at everything they survived. Isn't that enough? And God smiles because He never once forgot you. He has watched your journey with eyes that see everything of the hidden pain, the polite smiles, the moments when you nearly gave up. And now He is answering, and not with thunder in the sky, not with a booming voice from the clouds, but with this soft unfolding, this message, this exact moment in time. This is the moment you were always meant to remember exactly who you are. There is provision with your name on it, not only material blessings, but spiritual inheritance, a protection left behind for you. Your loved one wants you to know someone in your family, before they left this world, entrusted something to you. A gift. A covering. A promise. And you are about to find it. It might arrive as a letter, a voicemail, someone mentioning a name you'd forgotten, or a legal document, but it will lead you to something bigger. Michael has been moving each piece of this puzzle into place. All you have to do is follow your spirit when it says move. But before this blessing reaches you, your loved one has one request. Forgive yourself. Forgive the years you feel were wasted. Forgive the trust you gave to people who didn't deserve it. Forgive the silence. Forgive the moments you felt weak. None of it was your fault. You did your best with a heart that was already cracked. And still, you loved. You shared hope. You gave light. They saw all of it. Heaven witnessed every moment. Michael wants you to remember, you aren't waiting for your miracle is waiting for you. And every second you spend doubting it, the miracle holds its breath, hoping you will finally let it in. Let it in now. Not with fancy words or complicated prayers. Just say, I'm ready. Say it aloud. Say it in your chest. Whisper it in your soul. That's all heaven needs. Not volume, a truth. Your loved one is stepping back a little, not to leave you, but to give you space to grow into your strength. They want you to step forward and finally see how powerful you are, because they know what's about to happen. In the next 48 hours, something will shift, a message, a meeting, a decision that looks small but opens something enormous. If you could see what's waiting for you, you wouldn't sleep tonight. You dance in the dark, tears streaming down your face, not from sadness, but from joy. Michael says, when your blessing comes, don't shrink. Don't doubt whether you deserve it. Don't wait for someone else to approve it. Step into it as if your name has already been carved on it, because it has. It was yours long before you were born. Delayed, yes, but never denied. And now heaven is sweeping away every obstacle. All you have to do is stop hiding. There's one more thing. The soul who left this world was shown your future. They saw you healed. They saw you fall in love again. They saw abundance fill your life. They saw peace light up your face. They saw you smiling, your hands creating beauty again. They saw the day you walk into a room and everyone looks up, and not because of your appearance, but because of the quiet power you carry. That is where you are headed, faster than you can imagine, but only if you refuse to give up now. You are almost out of the tunnel. It's been dark for so long that you forgot what light looks like. But you are not imagining that glow ahead. It's real. That warmth in your chest, that is confirmation. That sign you keep seeing, it's not coincidence. It's your miracle, waving at you, asking if you are ready. Michael says this is a once-in-a-lifetime invitation. After this, you cannot return to old wounds, to small thinking, to people who only took from you. This message is a spiritual agreement. And by reading to this point, you have already said yes. Your loved one is smiling now. Their light is stronger. Their final words are simple. You were always worth fighting for. They believe in the life waiting for you more than you ever believed in your past. And they will stay beside you until you watch it unfold. You will never be alone again. You never were. And now heaven will prove it in ways you can't even imagine, but you will recognize them the moment they arrive. Promise yourself one thing: when the sign comes, do not ignore it. Because this time, it was made for you. And this time, heaven refuses to be silenced. Good. You're still here. and that means the blessing is wrapping itself around you even now. Michael says, the ones who stay to the end are the ones heaven can trust. And because you stayed, heaven trusts you. There's no lightning flash, no thunderclap, or just a sacred shift, a quiet and deep as your name is written onto a new page in the book of life. Michael turns back for a final moment and says, they want to thank you. Yea, said the soul who crossed over. The one who whispered your name as they slipped into the light. The one who begged God to watch over you, even if it meant they had to stay silent a little longer. They want you to know. You gave them peace today by opening this message, by staying until the end, by listening with your spirit. You gave them the moment they never had while alive. Their soul is calm now but not gone. Their presence will walk beside you from this day forward, and not as a shadow, not as a memory, but as a guide. A quiet voice behind your strongest choices. A warmth that appears right when you're about to break. A name that shows up exactly when you need it most. Michael says, watch what begins to happen now. Because the instant they finished speaking, a new miracle began moving toward you. Yes, a miracle. Something you have waited for. A letter, a payment, a door, a message, it's already in motion. It could not find you until you received this. But now it can. And when it arrives, the one you love will be the first to celebrate on the other side. They will rejoice as it lands at your feet. So don't be surprised when everything shifts, when peace replaces panic. When money appears from nowhere. When people treat you differently and can't explain why. You have stepped into a frequency few people ever reach, of the frequency of being heard by heaven. Michael says, only a chosen few are trusted with this kind of message. You are one of them. And there is one final truth, something you always felt but never spoke aloud. They didn't leave because they wanted to. They left because their soul knew they could protect you better from beyond. Let that sink in. They left so they could stay forever, not in a photo, not in a memory, but in every miracle that finds you from now on. You'll know it's them. You'll feel it. You'll remember this moment, the moment your spirit finally opened wide enough to hear the truth. Michael says, it is finished. It is sealed. It is done. And as he turns back into the light, your loved one glances one more time. They press their hand over their heart. And without a word, they smile because they know you heard them, and you will never forget again. You can close this message now, but what it awakened in you will never leave. There is a quiet now, deep, ancient, and holy. It is not emptiness, it is proof. Proof that something within you has shifted forever. Michael says, when a soul receives a message from beyond, the universe bends to honor that acceptance. So watch. Watch as everything starts to make sense. Watch as hidden truths come to the surface. Watch how you stop chasing what isn't yours and how what is yours begins rushing toward you. That is the echo of this message, the power of truth, delivered by love, carried on angel wings, planted deep in your soul. Michael whispers to you, you will never return to the person you were before this momenta, and you were never meant to. And your loved Onia, they are not gone. They are woven into your intuition. They are the pause before each choice. They are the courage that appears when everything shifts in your favor. They are your reminder that you were never alone, never forgotten, and that even death couldn't smother their love. You are stronger now than ever because you are finally carrying the truth they never got to say. Michael says, use it. Use it to protect your peace. Use it to walk away from whatever keeps you small. Use it to speak up where you once stayed silent. Use it to forgive yourself for not saying goodbye. Because now, you finally have. This was your farewell and also your new beginning. Let that be your miracle. Let it take root in your life. And when the world tries to pull you back into the noisy, when distractions come, when old lies try to cloud your vision, remember this moment. Remember how your soul reacted, and not with fear, but with recognition. That's how you know it was real. That's how you know it came from love. And that's how you'll always know they are still with you. Every time your heart swells for no reason, every time a song reminds you of them, every time you feel the urge to smile and cry at Ansia, that is them, still loving you, still protecting you, still so proud of you, still whispering, "You did it. You stayed. You heard me. And I never stopped believing in you." Michael smiles one last time, because a soul has spoken, a truth has been received, and a new life has already begun. It is yours now. Go live it. Go claim everything they prayed you would one day have. Go become the miracle they always knew you were. This is complete. Heaven is at peace. And your journey is finally back in alignment. There is one last thing, is something only those brave enough to follow this all the way to the end ever hear. It is not written in any book. It is not spoken from pulpits. It is whispered in the quiet, rare moments when a soul grows strong enough to hold the truth that most people fear. Michael steps back toward the light, but before he fully disappears, he speaks these final words over your life. From this moment forward, nothing will stand in the way of what is destined for you. Not fear. Not delay. Not betrayal. Not confusion. Your path is clear because heaven itself has cleared it. And your loved one stands beside him, no longer burdened by sorrow, no longer weighed down by regret. Their tears have been replaced by a quiet joy, a peace deeper than anything you've known. They are smiling now, smiling because you finally understood that death was never the end. It was simply a doorway, an extension of love, a transformation of energy, a whisper that never fades once your heart has truly heard it. And you have heard it. You have received it. And from this day on, something in your life will never return to silence. In the next 48 hours, you will witness a signal, something so clear, so perfectly timed, that it will leave you astonished. Don't question it. Don't dismiss it as coincidence. That sign will be them. That sign will be Michael. That sign will be heaven confirming everything you felt in your spirit. Heaven doesn't operate on chance. This message, every word you've read, was created with perfect timing to reach your heart at the exact second you were ready, never a moment sooner, never a moment too late. And now, the angels will begin working openly in your favor. Expect the delays to break. Expect the locked doors to swing open. Expect people who overlooked you to start recognizing your light again, because your light has returned. Not the light dulled by grief, not the glow smothered by fear, the light reborn in truth. Michael says, you will dream differently now. You will sleep lighter, wake clearer, feel more peaceful. Your intuition will sharpen. You will sense who is safe and who you must walk away from. That is your protection finally active. That is your spirit aligning with those who love you beyond this world. You don't need to chase anymore. You don't have to prove or beg or explain. You don't need to carry anyone else's shadows. Your story is no longer about what was done to you. It is about everything you have risen from. It is about how your soul remembered the truth when the world tried to make you forget. It is about you whole, seen, chosen, held, finally carried forward by a love that even death could never silence. And if someday you start to forget, if the noise of the world makes you doubt again, return to these words. Read them once more. Let them fill you like they did the first time. Know that each time you do, they return. Heaven opens. Miracles move closer. Don't just walk away from this. Rise. Live. Claim all that has always been yours. They are with you. Michael is with you. And your spirit, it is finally awake. God says, "My dear child, you don't need to shrink to make others comfortable. You don't have to hide your gifts to please people who don't see your worth. You were created to shine. You were created to walk boldly in your purpose. You were made with intention and love. You were never meant to pretend to be smaller so that others feel bigger. When you lower yourself to please others, you betray the light I put inside you. I never asked you to do that. I never wanted you to feel ashamed of your beauty, your strength, or your dreams. I see you trying to be humble. I see you trying to keep the peace. But child, there is a difference between humility and self-neglect. You were not born to abandon yourself. I made you with a heart that feels deeply. I made you with a mind that can imagine new worlds. I placed talents in your spirit that no one else can copy. I gave you a voice. I gave you ideas. I gave you courage. You were never meant to be hidden. You are not too much. You are not too loud. You are not too sensitive. You are exactly as I designed you to be. There will always be people who misunderstand you. Some will feel threatened by your growth. Some will envy your light. Some will try to convince you that you should be less so they can feel like more. But I did not call you to please them. I called you to stand tall in the truth of who you are. When you shrink, you make your spirit heavy. You dull your joy. You silence your laughter. You push down your dreams. And every time you do this, you forget that you are my child. You forget that you are sacred. Today, I am reminding you, you don't have to carry guilt for simply existing. You don't have to apologize for your blessings. You don't have to prove your goodness to people who choose not to see it. You don't have to keep explaining yourself to those who never listen. When I look at you, I see perfection wrapped in humanity. I see a soul that is learning, growing, and rising. I see the lessons you have survived. I see the tears you cried in silence. I see the nights when you could barely hold on. And I am proud of you. You have already done so much. You have already overcome so much pain. You have already faced storms that tried to break you. And here you are, still standing. Still loving. Still hoping. That is strength. That is faith. That is the proof that my spirit lives in you. You don't have to make yourself small to protect others from their own insecurities. If someone feels uncomfortable when you grow, that is their lesson to learn, not yours to fix. If someone tries to shame you for stepping into your calling, remember, I am the one who called you. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to share your story. You are allowed to feel joy. You are allowed to be successful. You are allowed to walk away from what dims your spirit. You are allowed to say number. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to love yourself as much as you love everyone else. The world needs your light. The world needs your voice. The world needs your kindness. When you shrink, you hide the gifts I gave you to help others. When you silence yourself, you block the blessings I want to flow through you. My child, you don't need to fit into spaces that are too small for you anymore. I am expanding your life. I am opening new doors. I am guiding you into new places where you will be seen and celebrated. Release the fear of being judged. Release the old stories that tell you you are unworthy. Release the burden of trying to be everything for everyone. You are enough, exactly as you are. Those who truly love you will not ask you to shrink. They will not ask you to pretend. They will not ask you to carry all the weight alone. They will stand beside you. They will clap when you succeed. They will hold your hand when you feel weak. My love for you does not depend on your performance. It does not depend on your perfection. It does not depend on your ability to make everyone happy. My love is constant. My love is eternal. My love is unconditional. I want you to walk in freedom. I want you to wake up with peace. I want you to look in the mirror and see what I see: a beautiful soul who is worthy of love, respect, and joy. You don't have to earn my love. You already have it. You don't have to strive to deserve my blessings. They are already yours. Let go of the old patterns that kept you hidden. Let go of the fear that you will be abandoned if you stand in your truth. Let go of the habit of making yourself small. My dear child, you are safe to grow. You are safe to heal. You are safe to be seen. You are safe to shine. This is your time. This is your season. This is your permission to step fully into the life I dreamed for you. When you doubt, remember that I am with you. When you feel alone, remember that I am holding you. When you feel unworthy, remember that I made you with purpose. You don't have to shrink anymore. Stand tall in my love. Stand tall in your worth. Stand tall in your light. I am so proud of you. And I am not finished blessing you yet. Walk forward now. And never again dim your light to keep others comfortable. You are free. You are chosen. You are loved. And you are enough. God says, my dear child, your story is no longer about what was done to you. It is not just about the pain you carried. It is not only about the disappointments. It is not about who left you or who tried to break your spirit. Your story has changed. Your story is about what you have become. It is about the strength that grew in you while you were hurting. It is about the hope that stayed alive, even in your darkest nights. It is about the love you kept giving, even when you felt empty. I have seen every moment you thought you were alone. I was there when you cried quietly. I was there when you doubted yourself. I was there when you felt unworthy. But, my child, you were never alone. You have never been abandoned by me. Even when others walked away, I stayed beside you. Your story is about how you rose again and again. Every time life tried to knock you down, you found the courage to stand back up. Every time someone said you were not enough, You kept going. Every time you wanted to give up, you held on just a little longer. That is what your story is about now. It is about your faith. It is about your resilience. It is about your quiet bravery. The people who hurt you do not get to define you. Their actions do not get the final word. I have the final word over your life. And I say you are redeemed. I say you are worthy. I say you are loved beyond measure. I am turning your pain into wisdom. I am turning your sorrow into compassion. I am turning your struggle into testimony. Nothing was wasted. Not the tears. Not the heartache. Not the waiting. Every moment has shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and kinder. You may not see it yet, but soon you will understand why it all happened. You will see how I carried you through the fire. You will see how I used every broken piece to build something beautiful. Your story is about your healing. It is about how you found yourself again. It is about how you learned to love yourself the way I love you. You are not here to live in shame. You are not here to stay stuck in regret. You are here to grow, to rise, and to walk in freedom. I am doing something new in your life. The old chapters are closed now. The pain that defined your past will not define your future. I am giving you a fresh start. I am giving you a clean page. I am writing a new story, one filled with grace, purpose, and hope. You are not damaged goods. You are not too broken to be used. You are not too far gone to be loved. I am not finished with you. There is more ahead than what is behind you. There is more joy coming than the sorrow you have known. Your story is about how you kept believing when nothing made sense. It is about how you kept praying when you felt no answers. It is about how you kept trusting when everything seemed lost. I am so proud of you. I see your heart. I see your efforts. I see how you try every single day. You are not invisible to me. Your tears are precious to me. Your prayers have been heard. The past is not your home anymore. You do not need to keep repeating old patterns. You do not need to keep blaming yourself for things you could not control. Release the guilt. Release the shame. Release the fear that you are not enough. I am not ashamed of you. I am not disappointed in you. I am not angry with you. I am here to lift you up. I am here to heal your heart. I am here to remind you that you are still mine. Your story is about how you survived. It is about how you learned to trust me even when you didn't understand. It is about how you are becoming all I created you to be. I have called you by name. I have set you apart for a purpose. I have plans for you, plans to give you hope and a future. You are not defined by your worst day. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by who walked away. You are defined by my love. You are defined by my grace. You are defined by my promise that you are never alone. The people who tried to hurt you cannot stop the blessings I have for you. The setbacks cannot cancel your destiny. The delays do not mean denial. I am still working. I am still faithful. I am still making a way for you. Your story will inspire others. Your story will bring hope to those who feel lost. Your story will show what my love can do. You don't need to be ashamed of your journey. You don't need to hide the scars. They are proof that you survived. Every scar tells a story of grace. Every scar shows how far you have come. Every scar is a reminder that I never left your side. I am proud of who you are becoming. I am proud of the healing that is taking place in your life. I am proud of how you have not given up. Your story is not over. This is only the beginning. Greater things are still ahead. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith strong. Keep believing that I am with you. When you feel tired, lean on me. When you feel afraid, trust me. When you feel alone, remember I am holding you. I will never let you go. I will never stop loving you. I will never stop fighting for you. Your story is about redemption. Your story is about courage. Your story is about the love that never fails. So lift your head, my dear child. Walk forward with confidence. You are not who you used to be. You are free. You are chosen. You are loved. This is your new chapter. And I am writing it with you. My dear child, I want you to know that no mistake is too big for my mercy. No wound is too deep for my healing. No loss is too heavy for my comfort. You do not have to be afraid of starting over. I will walk with you in every new beginning. I will give you strength when you feel weak. I will give you wisdom when you feel confused. I will give you peace when your heart feels restless. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time for what I am about to do in your life. Your story will not end in regret. Your story will end in victory. Because I have promised to turn everything for your good. I see how hard you try. I see how you care for others, even when you need care yourself. I see how you keep giving your best, even when you feel empty. I see the times you choose love over anger. I see how you forgive when it feels impossible. And I see the silent prayers you pray at night. None of it is wasted. Every act of love is a seed. Every moment of trust is a foundation. Every step of faith is building something beautiful. You may not see the full picture yet. But one day, you will look back and understand why you had to walk this path. You will see how every piece fit together. You will see how the brokenness became a blessing. I am not in a hurry with your healing. I am patient with you. I will not leave you halfway through your transformation. I will finish the work I started in you. You are safe with me. You are secure in my love. You are protected by my hand. When the world tries to make you feel small, remember who you belong to. Remember that you are my child. Remember that my love for you has no end. You don't have to pretend to be strong all the time. It's okay to rest. It's okay to be honest about your feelings. It's okay to lean on me. When you feel overwhelmed, I will be your shelter. When you feel lost, I will be your guide. When you feel unworthy, I will remind you that you are precious to me. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are held in the palm of my hand. Your story is still unfolding. The best chapters have not yet been written. There are blessings waiting for you that you cannot imagine. I am preparing surprises for you. Doors will open that no person can close. Opportunities will appear when you least expect them. Help will come in ways you never thought possible. Keep your heart soft. Keep your hope alive. Keep trusting me, even when the road feels uncertain. I promise you, the waiting will not be wasted. The pain will not be pointless. The tears will not be ignored. I collect every tear you cry.